workout, then start curling these babies. You know me, I like to jettison the weight, so we're gonna ditch these things. We're gonna go with these awesome alternative impact trailing arms. These are chromoly with a replaceable aluminum sleeve here. So, you know, if I rack a tree or something like that, I can easily replace that on the trail. Dan also sent me these titanium radius rods, fully adjustable. I'm gonna pull in the ski stance a little bit. You know, I'm not on the trails anymore. I wanna have some fun boondocking. So we're gonna make the stance a little narrower, and these are the things to do it with. The build quality on these things, pretty darn good. You know, it's easy to see that Dan at Alternative Impact takes some pride in his work. Make sure you check him out. Here's a quick tip for you. If you need to get a rubber bushing, anything rubber, rubber grommet, something into metal, you know, if you just try pushing that in there, it's pretty darn tough. Well, if you just take maybe a soap and water or a synthetic lubricant for anything, you just cover the surface of that. That's it. Little soap and water, little synthetic lubricant, little synthetic grease, whatever. It'll get it in there for you. Keep watching. I'm installing these titanium radius rods. I'm just going to leave the nuts loose here on the end so I can adjust the stance when this is all installed with the trailing arm as well. They come with these little stainless steel bushings here to align it up and to put your bolt through. You know, if you're planning on changing these, it's really hard to do with all the steering components in, you know, so I suggest just popping that stuff out. It'll save you a whole bunch of time. Since I'm using titanium fasteners on here, it's important that the threads are lubricated with like an anti-seize compound before you actually tighten them up. You have to be very careful when using these things because they do require that anti-seize lubricant on there when you're tightening it, or you could screw them up. And there is a specific torque value you need to use on each size of bolt as well. You know, you can't just loosey-goosey, oh, it feels about right. You can't do that. We need to figure out the exact torque value for these, and we need to use it. So I just tightened that up, and I noticed that we didn't have enough clearance for the steering arm when I had that in there, so I had to switch this bolt around, put the head at the back of this support here. You know, this kind of thing happens often where you put things together and then, boy, you find out that you put it in wrong. Luckily, we caught this one before we got too far. So here we go again. Manufacturer specs on the torque of these bolts is 108 inch-pounds. Now, I don't have inch-pounds on here. I have foot-pounds. So in a nutshell, you just take your 108 divided by 12, and that'll give you 9 foot-pounds. And that'll do it, about 9 foot-pounds. I'm just going to put these in loose for now. Once I get everything set up, then I'll start to tighten it. Man, look at those things. That's some serious bling right there. You know, this whole mod here on the front end is going to save me about 7 pounds. Now, that's pretty substantial, and that's the way I like it. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, give Dan a call at Alternative Impacts. He's got lightweight trailing arms. He's got lightweight A-arms, all kinds of really cool stuff. Suspension parts, the whole 9 yards. So on to the next thing. Keep watching. Make sure you check out my other videos. Hit the thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe.